My friend Tony was telling me about a problem with a coworker. He and the others, most of the others, thought that that employee was at fault. And Tony could have just easily blamed all the trouble on her. But he reached into wisdom from his 12-step group. The challenge to be rigorously honest, take a closer look at what happened. And Tony said, well, even if the other person is 90% at fault, well, according to my view, I have to look at my own 10% and open up to that, own it. We hear about Jesus being confronted by a man with an unclean spirit. He had been chained, but he was still living among the tombs, among the dead. How did the people of that town look at and understand the crazy, shouting man beset by a demon? Did they blame him for his troubles? Did they go out to gawk at him and feel relieved, feel superior, or righteous? After all, it was often thought that one became sick or possessed because of one's own personal sin. Or perhaps some of them had compassion and brought him some food, some relief. It's a common enough temptation to blame others for a bad situation. At the beginning of Christian history, the Emperor Nero blamed the great fire on the Christians, and the persecution that followed brought the martyrdom of both Peter and Paul. Last winter, many people were blaming the Chinese for the pandemic. And over history, over the centuries, Jews or some other different group were blamed for plagues or natural disasters. And families? Some families have a black sheep, one who seems to take in and live out the dysfunction of the whole family. This is called scapegoating. Well, it kind of protects the person who's guilty of it. Feel superior, wash hands of responsibility, and not worry at all about their own 10% or 50% or 90% of the problem. Back in this gospel scene, Jesus, taking authority in the situation, asks the demon, asks the man who is possessed what he calls himself. We are legion, for there are many of us. One way to think about this: could the many in some way be the dark shadows of the townspeople who, to one degree or another, have projected their shadow on him? Jesus expels the demon, cures this man. The reaction? Great fear. And then the people try to get rid of Jesus. The demons were cast into a herd of swine. Now, for the town, this was a disaster in its own way. But the people of the town, did they double down on the ex-demoniac and blame him for the loss of food and income that the swine represented? Or was the man welcomed back into his family and community? I hope so, because Jesus, in fact, sends the man back to his family to announce all that God, in his pity, has done for him.